Hello. By now, if you're a Monday class, you should already know your homework. And if you're in my classes on Wednesday or Thursday, then this coming week, I will be explaining the homework to you in the classroom. Um, I did talk to you a little bit about creative homework, and some classes have been very good this semester, and some classes have just done more simple homework. But for the next homework number 4, I kind of like you to do it a little bit more creative and think about your presentation. And that's why this homework is 10 points. So you need to try a little bit harder for this homework, I think. And of course, if your homework is really good, then you get bonus points. And the students who have done really good homework last time, they got 1, 2, and sometimes even 3 bonus points. So when you add up the final scores, that's the difference between an A grade and an A plus grade. So I had a look in my cupboard, and I have a couple of past examples to show you. I can't show the Monday class, but maybe I'll bring them on Wednesday and Thursday to show those classes. But if you're in the Monday class, have a quick look now. These are a couple of postcards. So the student has done this postcard here, and this looks like it's to China. I think it's Shanghai. Let's quick check. Yeah, it looks like it's Shanghai. And I think the student has really been to Shanghai, because you can see she's included her own photos in the postcard. And you can see also that she started to include photos about her sightseeing activities, what she did in Shanghai, and you can see what she ate as well. She went to Starbucks, which I don't think that's traditional Chinese coffee shop, but anyway, it's nice to go to Starbucks sometimes. Anyway, even got a stamp there, which is that's a Korean stamp, but anyway, it's nicely presented, and on the back you can see the postcard as I described it to you in the lesson, where we have the introduction here, talking about, I'm on a trip to Shanghai, okay? And then talking about the activities, the things she did, and the things she ate, and the things she saw, the places she visited in the first part on Saturday. And then talking about right now here for Sunday morning, and talking about the future, Sunday afternoon and Sunday evening. Okay. Yeah, so quite a nice presentation there. Just to show you a couple more styles. This is a basic presentation style. Little different style, not quite so good, I don't think. Let's just quickly organise this. So this is a student, and they have gone to Venice in Italy, and I think they're just they didn't really go, so they're just using photos from the internet. There's a famous Rialto bridge there, and you can see there they've obviously researched the hotel. Looks like a very expensive hotel. Nice hotel room. And, oh wow, beautiful hotel room. This is St. Mark's Square, which is a famous place to go sightseeing in Venice, if you go to Venice. And of course, the local cuisine in Venice. Venice is in Italy, so the local cuisine will be some delicious pizzas. Oh my god, I'm hungry. All right, so just that kind of thing where you're including it. And the last one I will show you, which is one I really like, very, very creative, and this is what I call high level postcard. This student went to, looks like China. Let's just check. Where did she go? Or Japan. She's gone to Japan. So you can see postcard style, but this student has really, really studied hard. So as I told you on Monday, I love creative students. So this student's really thinking about it, and done the whole thing there, where she's divided the times into Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening there, you can see, and included lots of photos. She's included maps. Oh, Okinawa. She's gone to Okinawa. Sorry, Okinawa in Japan. You can see she's included the maps. Saturday evening, and wow, so much actually. Oh my. So this one is probably too much, right? But some students, they like to practice writing their English, and this is from a Dongi student, Dongi freshman student, same as you, exactly the same as you, and of course she got an A+, and she's practiced. This is her English homework, but because she's creative in this homework, I think maybe she has a high standard, so she will study high in everything she does, and it's just great. It's just fantastic. So that's like I showed you 3 homeworks there, kind of a high level, very, very high A+ level. And then I'd probably say this one is like, like a next level down, just a little bit down. And then this one here. Okay, so all of these homeworks would be 10 points, but maybe this one is 10 points. This one is 10 points plus 1 bonus point, and this one would be 10 points plus bonus point. It's very high level. Okay, so I just showed you those. I don't expect you to try, and I don't expect you to do that, but you definitely can do that. So that is the standard I'm expecting better than homework 3, where some of you are just writing on a note paper. Okay, so just push yourself. This is university time, so you want to start to give yourself a standard of high work. Okay. Also, for your writing, if you go to page 77, we didn't have time to look at this in the class, but we have three good pieces of writing. Now, these are actually emails. Okay, so these days postcards are, they're not so popular, and these days lots of people write emails. But the neon, what you're talking about in the postcard and the email, it's the same. So I think these would be very useful to you when you're thinking about how to write your postcard to me. Of course, I've told you in the class about Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening in Kwago, and then Sunday morning is present continuous, right now. What are you doing right now? You are writing the postcard and listening or watching or sitting or eating. What are you doing right now? And then Sunday afternoon, what are you going to do? And Sunday evening, what are you going to do? And then maybe, what are you planning to do? And of course, Sunday morning, right now, momohago ita, what are you looking forward to? Kidega. Okay, so these 3 emails are quite useful. The first one is Barcelona. It's in Barcelona. And I have been to Barcelona, very beautiful city. And the second one is Cartagena in Colombia. And I have been here. This is also a very beautiful city. And the last one is Bangkok in Thailand. And I have been here many times. Very good city, delicious food, fantastic. Well, I have been everywhere. I'm lucky. All right, so you can see the activities, the sightseeing activities they did in these emails, and what they saw and what they ate and what they bought. All right, so you choose your city, and don't choose Barcelona and copy this, I know. So you choose a city and start to research it and start to work on your writing skills and also your presentation skills. Not presentation, I don't mean OHP presentation, I mean the design of your postcard. Okay. No presentations, please. All right. So today we're going to talk about a slightly different subject, which you can use in your homework if you want to, and like to talk about. Let me just find the page. Yeah, I'd like to talk about superlatives. So I think this is lesson 16? I think it's lessons 16. It might be 15. I'm going to say 15, 16. Cover my so I can be sure. So superlatives. And this is bead your gup. It's bead. No, not bead your gup. We have studied bead your gup. So this is che sangup. Right, che sangup. In my terrible Korean writing, I think it's che sangup. So we call them, in English, we call them superlatives. And so we will be looking at lesson 14, which is on page 92. Page 92. So if we look at page 92, we can see some vocabulary. And we can see 12 different kinds of vocabulary to describe landscape. So the first one is beach, and then we have desert, and then we have forest, hill, island, lake, mountain, ocean, river, valley, volcano, and waterfall. Okay, so if you can just look at the picture and put the correct letter next to the vocabulary. Okay, so let's do that. If we just do the first one together, the first one is beach, so that is letter I. Okay, so I just give you a moment. You can pause this if you like and just complete the letters next to the vocabulary. So if you finish that, let's quickly look at this. So the first one is let's look at this big thing here with the snow on the top, and this is a mountain, right? So A is 7, mountain, and then in front of the mountain we have an area which is kind of like this. You have this like this here, so you have this area here in between this and this area. So this is called a valley. So we have a mountain, and then in front of the mountain we have a valley. So B is a valley. And then we have this thing here, which is kind of like a small mountain. That's D, and that's hill, a hill. So in the valley, at the bottom of the valley, in between the hills, there is a line of water flowing along. And of course, everybody knows that, very easy, that is a river. So C is a river. So A is a mountain, B is a valley, D is a hill, and C is a river. And then if we follow the water along, eventually the water falls down. The water falls. So we have the word waterfall. So G is a waterfall. And then the water flows out into the big area of water, which is J, which is, of course, ocean. Sometimes we say the sea, and sometimes we say the ocean. And then in the ocean, we can see an area of land, which is L, and L is an island, not Island. The pronunciation is not Island or Iceland, it's island. And then in the center of the island, we can see it's kind of like a mountain, but there is fire and smoke coming out of the top. And that is a volcano. So K is a volcano. And then at the edge, and then in between the land and the ocean, we have the kind of line of sand, which is I, and we studied that, right? That is a beach. So I is a beach. And then we have the area of water which is surrounded by land, and that is H. So H is a lake. Then we have a large area of sand, which is very hot and dry. So this large area is the desert. So E is a desert. And finally, we have F, which is a lot of trees together. When you have a lot of trees together, we have F, and that is a forest. Okay. So we're going to try and use some of this vocabulary to make some superlative sentences. Okay. So let's talk about mountains. So we've talked about, let's talk about, what's that one in? Is it Baekdu-san? Baekdu Mountain, yeah. Baekdu is a high Baekdu is a high mountain. Okay, so in Yongsa, Baekdu is a high mountain, And Everest is a high mountain. Okay, so very easy. We did that sentence. Baekdu is a high mountain. Everest is a high mountain. How about Bigyeolgup? Let's do Bigyeolgup. Bigyeol, Everest and Baekdu-san. So Everest is Bigyeolgup, higher than Baekdu. Okay, right, that's correct, easy. So we've studied this with Bigyeolgup. But today we're going to do superlative. So with superlative we have the adjective high, and then we just add est, highest. Here's another one. If we do long, it's going to be longest. If we did big, big. So here we have a more, so double G, est, biggest. Let's do something with Y. Funny. Funny would be funniest. Okay, so Y beg or IEST. All right, so that's quite simple. And then when we have a long, adjective, for example, beautiful, difficult, or famous, well, we have some umjol in the 형용사. We just add most. So most beautiful, most difficult, and most famous. Okay, so it's just a simple way of doing this for long ones. As you know, with Bigyeolgup, it was more, right? More beautiful, more difficult. But now for Chesangup is most. And then if it's something like good, remember good and bad. Remember for the Bigyeolgup, good was better and bad was worse. So now we're going into, because they're bulkychik. So now for Chesangup, we're going best and worst. Okay. So hopefully you write this in your notebook. You got this in your notebook. And we can actually see quite a good list here where the adjective becomes long, large, dry, big, beautiful, crowded, expensive, good, bad. And then we have the comparative, which is the Bigyeolgup, and then the Chesangup is at the end here. So we're studying this one today. So let's go back to this sentence, Everest. And we've got this adjective here. Everest is the. So I think, don't forget to write Everest is the highest. And what is it? Everest is the highest mountain. Okay, Everest is the highest mountain, and then we can put some Monmouth here. Everest is the highest mountain in Busan? No. In the world. Okay, Everest is the highest mountain in the world. And we could probably say Baekdusan. Baekdusan is the highest mountain. Baekdusan is the highest mountain in Korea. Okay, so don't forget to put this one here. And let's go Jangsan is the highest Jangsan is the highest mountain in Busan. Okay, so we just have the context there. Alright, so maybe in your notebooks, let's see if you can do a few sentences. If I just put cheetahs here, change the subject to cheetahs. So cheetah is a salsa inunga, so cheetahs. And so because it's S here, so cheetahs are the, and what do you think about cheetahs? What's something you know about cheetahs? They are fast. They are very fast. They are the fastest. Okay, there's my chest and gut. They are the fastest mountain. What are cheetahs? Cheetahs are the fastest animal. And don't forget we have an S here, so we're going to put it here. Cheetahs are the fastest animals in the world. Cheetahs are the fastest animals in the world. All right. So that's a fact, you know. Cheetahs are the fastest animals in the world. It's a fact. Nobody will argue this one. If I said Everest is the highest mountain in the world, it's a fact. Nobody will say, David, no, you are wrong. I don't agree with you. Because it's fact, okay? But if I said Tottenham Hotspur, my team, if I said Tottenham Hotspur are the best, that's my chest and good. And what is Tottenham Hotspur? Tottenham Hotspur are the best football team in the EPL. Oh, I'm gonna say not EPL, in Europe. Okay, if I say Tottenham Hotspur are the best football team in the EPL, maybe some people will say, yes, David, I agree. But some people will say, no, I don't agree. My dad doesn't like Tottenham Hotspur. He likes West Ham. So he doesn't agree. My dad doesn't agree with this sentence. So if I say this sentence, maybe I need to put some more language here at the beginning of the sentence. So one good thing you can say is, in my opinion, okay. In my opinion, in my opinion, Tottenham Hotspur are the best football team in the world, in Europe. Okay, because some people agree, some people don't agree. If I said so 참치 김밥 소스 없는 거, so is the, and what could I say here? What would be a good superlative? Is the most, okay, 참치 김밥 is the most delicious. What could I say? I could probably say kimbap. Kimbap flavour. Kimbap style. Kimbap type. So there are many types. Huh? Sorry, spelling. Okay, there are many types of kimbap. There's chamchi kimbap. There's kimchi kimbap. There's chamchi kimchi kimbap. There's kimchi mayo, there's salad kimbap, nude kimbap, original kimbap, bulgogi kimbap. So there are so many. So everybody has a different opinion. But in my opinion, chamchi kimbap is the most delicious kimbap type in Europe, in Korea. Okay, so this helps to stop arguments if you use it. So in your notebooks, I'd like you to, and I'm going to check as well. I'm going to check because lots of students, you're just not. Your habit is not to use your notebooks. If I am not there to check you, you don't study. So please, in your notebooks, just do a few sentences. And we're going to do, I want you to do some superlative sentences. And the first one's going to be, in the world. Sentence number one, in the world. Can you read that? Yeah, in the world. Second one, in Asia. In Asia. Okay. In Korea. In Busan. In Dongyi University. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sentences. You only need to write 5 sentences. So think of a subject. Ooh. Think of a subject. In this. think of a subject here. And then what is it? What kind of type is it? Okay, and then Chesang is the okay, so just one more time, I model the answer one more time. Everest is the highest mountain in the world. In my opinion, Tottenham is the best football team in Europe. In my opinion, Dulge Kalguksu is the most delicious food in Korea, or Korean food. In my opinion, Nampodong is the most interesting area in Busan. Everest Kisuksa is the highest Kisuksa in Dongyi University. Okay, so just think about that and think of your subject and think of your Chesangup. And maybe if you want to, when you're thinking of subjects, if you're talking about mountains, you've got rivers, deserts, forests, oceans. Okay, so this can help you a little bit. And for Chesangups, you have some here. Okay, and also at the back. You also have some here. No, these ones are going to be EST, biggest, busiest, cheapest, cleanest, coldest. And then these ones here, these are going to be the longer ones. Most dangerous, most beautiful, most crowded. That's a good one. Most interesting, most relaxing. Okay, just have a look at those and you can just change them into most Chesangup. Okay, all right. So that's it, and I'll just go on back to my cupboard now, and we'll just listen to some conversations about that, and just do some listening practice on the conversations. Okay, good. Okay, so this is we're just going to do a short 10 minutes of listening practice to go with the lecture today, which was about the superlative. Okay, so can you go to page 93, conversation. I love quizzes. So two people are having a quiz. Two people, what are they doing? They are sitting on an aeroplane, and one of them, the girl, Claire, she is doing a magazine quiz. So let's listen, see how it goes.
It's the coldest city. Page 93. Exercise 2. Conversation. I love quizzes. Part A. Listen and practice.
This is one of the best airline magazines I've ever read. Oh, look, a quiz. Our world. How much do you know?
Oh, I love quizzes. Ask me the questions.
Sure. First question. Which country is larger, Mexico or Australia?
I know. Australia is larger than Mexico.
Okay, next. What's the longest river in the world?
That's easy. It's the Amazon.
All right. Here's a hard one. Which country is more crowded, Malta or England?
I'm not sure. I think Malta is more crowded.
Really? Okay, one more. Which city is the most expensive, Hong Kong, London, or Paris?
Oh, that's easy. Paris is the most expensive.
It seems a bit strange, this question here. The first question was Big Your Gup. Which country is larger, Mexico or Australia? And Steve says Australia is larger than Mexico. Ding dang ding, it's correct. And the second question is what's the longest river in the world? And Steve says that's easy. But he said on the listening script, he said it's the Amazon, but on this script it's the Nile. So I'm confused. I think it's the Nile, actually. I think it's the Nile. So maybe there's a mistake. I think it's Amazon or the Nile. I'm always confused. They are the first and second longest rivers in the world. And then Claire says, here's a hard one. Which country is more crowded, Malta or England? It's not hard. Steve says, I think Malta is more crowded. Okay, so it's Big Your Gup. Malta is more crowded. Steve's stupid. England is more crowded. And then which city is the most expensive city? Hong Kong, London or Paris? And Steve says, oh, that's easy. Paris is the most expensive. Well, I'm not sure. I think here he should say, in my opinion, Paris is the most expensive. Because sometimes London is the most expensive. Sometimes Paris is the most expensive. Sometimes Hong Kong. Sometimes Moscow. So it's always changing. But if we go straight underneath to grammar focus, where we have the adjectives, the comparatives and the superlatives, we have a mix of questions between Big Yo Gup and Che Sang Gup. Which country is larger, Australia or Mexico? Australia is larger than Mexico. Which country is the largest in the world? Russia is the largest country. That's true. Which is more crowded, Malta or England? Malta is more crowded than England? What? I don't understand. Malta doesn't have many people. Mate, I don't understand this question. Malta is the most crowded country in Europe? Well, that's so. Alright, okay, so underneath we have 8 questions. And some questions are question 1, question 2, question 3, question 4. They are Big Your Gup questions. Question 5, question 6, question 7, question 8. They are Che Sang Gup. Okay, so put the Big Your Gup and Big Your Gup in Che Sang Gup. 빈간에 발음 채워보세요. 빈간에 채워보세요. Okay. And we're just going to listen to, so I will check that in your book. Please complete that exercise. Exercise 3, grammar focus. And I'm just going to listen to part B of the conversation. So listen to the rest of the conversation. How many questions did Steve get right? So the first question, Steve says, which country is larger, Mexico or Australia? Steve says Australia. Second, what is the longest river in the world? And on the cassette, Steve said Amazon. And on the book, it says the Nile. And then, which country is more crowded, Malta or England? I think England. Steve says Malta. And last question, which country is the most expensive, Hong Kong, London or Paris? And Steve says Paris. I think London. I don't know. Anyway, let's listen and find out.
Unit 14. It's the coldest city. Page 93. Exercise 2. Conversation. I love quizzes. Part A. Listen and practice.
Alright, let's do part B.
This is one of the best airline magazines I've...
Okay, part B. Here we go.
Page 93. Exercise 2. Part B. Listen to the rest of the conversation. How many questions did Steve get right?
So let's see how you did on this quiz. The first question, which is larger, Mexico or Australia?
Okay, which is larger, Mexico or Australia? What did Steve say? Steve said Australia is larger than Mexico.
You said,
Australia.
and you're right. Both are large, but Australia is larger. Next, what's the longest river in the world? You said the Nile.
No, he didn't say the Nile. He said the Amazon, right? I heard. It's crazy.
Sorry, that's wrong. It's the Amazon.
It's the Amazon, yeah.
Oh, of course. I knew that.
This next question I didn't know. Malta is more crowded than England.
So I got it right? I remember hearing that Malta is the most crowded country in Europe.
Wow.
And finally, you said that Paris is the most expensive city.
Yeah. And it is, right?
Sorry, Steve. Actually, Hong Kong is the most expensive of the three.
Really? Wow. I guess I didn't do so well. 2 right, but 2 wrong.
No, come on. You did okay.
Page 93.
I don't understand. I think Malta is a small island with only a few people, but maybe it's the square kilometer. I don't know. All right, okay. So that's it. I'm just gonna. Don't forget that you have your homework for next week, and I'm really looking forward to looking at your homework next week. It's my favorite homework check. And also, I asked you to write 5 sentences in your notebooks with superlatives, and also please complete this exercise in your book as well, please, which is exercise 3, grammar focus. Okay, thank you very much, and see you next time.